Mosquitoes are little more than a nuisance for most of us here in the Bay Area. Usually a bite brings just an itchy bump. But in developing countries, mosquitoes infect millions with deadly malaria every year. Now, in a KTVU special report, how a UC Berkeley scientist is helping to change that and potentially save millions of lives. Malaria kills as many as 3 million people a year. 90% of those are children under the age of 5 in Africa and Asia. Halfway around the world, in an environment that seems light years away, scientists are working on a new malaria drug, replicating in a lab what, until now, could only be found in nature.
This is largely an economic disease. They can't afford the drugs that are out there, and they're not widely available.
Dr. Jay Kiesling is a professor at UC Berkeley. He's also the founder of Amaris, a lab in Emeryville developing a synthetic form of artemisinin, a drug that grows naturally in the sweet wormwood weed and is 100% effective against malaria.
So it's really, in many ways, a miracle drug.
Because it's a natural source, the availability of artemisinin fluctuates greatly, and it's expensive, about $2.50 a dose, out of reach for most of the world's poor. 4 years ago, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation donated $42 million to One World Health in San Francisco to help fund efforts to find a cheaper way to make that life-saving medicine. One World Health partnered up with Dr. Kiesling. Today, they're on the cusp of fulfilling that goal.
So you would actually make it in a factory consistently in high quantities, and that could then be sold to the customer.
On the other end of the battle against malaria, the head of St. Albans Church in Albany says her congregation is about to join in the nationwide Nothing But Nets fundraising campaign.
We put $10 down, we get a net that can save a family, because a whole family will sleep under the net. So $10 equals save a family. That's pretty concrete.
The use of insecticide-treated mosquito nets reduces malaria deaths by 44%.
It's so simple. It's really concrete.
All involved agree it'll take prevention and treatment, along with greater awareness, to wipe out one of the world's leading killers. But the promise held in one dose of a tiny pill alone really is nothing short of miraculous.
I've heard from doctors who've seen artemisinin work that they can come in essentially comatose, be given this artemisinin therapy, and the next morning wake up as if nothing had ever happened to them.
The synthetic form of that malaria drug should be on the market in just 2 years. Now, initially, it will cost about the same as the natural version, about $2.50 a dose. The ultimate goal, though, is to get it down to around 25 cents.
A public hearing is getting underway right now.